in the gate. And they're off. And Teammate strikes out for the lead in the very first few strides, but Ginger Punch won't let her get too far away. So it is Teammate to be the early leader. And Ginger Punch sits back in second. Plaid on the outside of Erman and is 2.5 lengths back to Miss Shop, and Soul Search will be the early trailer. So they have given the early lead to Teammate here, and Teammate goes on unchallenged in the opening quarter mile to lead by 1.5 lengths. Stalked by Ginger Punch second. The opening quarter was sensible, 24 2/5 seconds. So they make that turn into the backstretch run. Teammate uncontested lead. Ginger Punch sitting a cool and calculated second. Plaid just outside of Erman, who's on hold. Under a good hold there is Erman running along in fourth. 2 lengths back, Miss Shop, also under restraint by Javier Castellano. 4 lengths back to Soul Search, who trails the field. So they continue the run down the backstretch after an opening half mile in 48 4/5 seconds. The fractions have been moderate for Teammate. A length behind with a half mile to go is Ginger Punch, and now Rafael Bejarano says go with Ginger Punch now, ratcheting up that pressure on Teammate. 2.5 lengths back to Plaid. And now Erman has asked for a run, but she's still 4 lengths behind with 3 furlongs to go. They've run 3/4 in 1:12 4. And it's Teammate by a neck as they come to the quarter pole. Ginger Punch right at her throat latch now as the field turns for home. Plaid is third. Miss Shop swings into action on the outside. Top of the stretch now. And Ginger Punch driving to that lead. Ginger Punch will come to the 8th pole, going away by 2. Teammate has no response to that. They're coming down to the final 16th, and Ginger Punch in a runaway here. Ginger Punch on her way to the Breeders' Cup with style. Won it here by better than 6 lengths at the finish. Miss Shop came on for second, and Teammate was third.
So no more questions about Ginger Punch getting the 1 1/8. She puts those to rest in resounding fashion underneath Rafael Bejarano.
Even trainer Bobby Frankel quoted as saying she may have distance limitations, but it's not a mile.
In the gate, and they're off. Indian Vale comes off to a good beginning, and there's Ice Cool Kitty, who's looking for some early speed here today. And Ice Cool Kitty is the leader as they cross over onto the main track. Indian Vale will settle back in second. Mokushla's third on the outside. Unbridled Bell runs along in fourth, and Ginger Punch is fifth on the inside. And then it's Balance who runs sixth in the early going in the clear on the outside. Miss Shop will do her running from the back of the pack. So down the back stretch here, Ice Cool Kitty in front. A reasonable first quarter there of 24 2/5 seconds. Indian Vale right there involved all the way, running along in second. Mokushla races in third. And the big favorite, Ginger Punch, is fourth down on the inside, about 3 lengths from the lead. A little traffic trouble there for Unbridled Bell as Ramon Dominguez had to step on the brakes. And there's the classy Californian Balance, who's down on the outside, about 4.5 lengths from the lead. 4 lengths back to Miss Shop, who trails the field. The half went in 47 2/5 seconds. The pace has been sensible. The leader is Ice Cool Kitty by a neck. Indian Vale ready to roll now, right to her inside. And Rafael Bejarano has found running room on the outside now with Ginger Punch. And Balance is right there too. And in behind them it's Unbridled Bell. And now the field turns for home. Nothing left for Ice Cool Kitty. Indian Vale comes off the turn with the narrow lead. Ginger Punch is right at her throat latch. And Unbridled Bell, who was in traffic most of the way, has a clear shot at the leaders with 1 furlong to go. There's nothing left for Balance. Indian Vale, Ginger Punch, Unbridled Bell coming down to the finish. Here comes Unbridled Bell on the outside, and Indian Vale, who's gonna get it? Unbridled Bell! Unbridled Bell nosing out stablemate Indian Vale here in the Beldame.
That stretch run there. Unbridled Bell does it again, the upset winner of the Delaware Hand.
Field sent on their way to an absolutely perfect start. Balance from the inside gate away well. Bear now in the orange in the centre. Leah's Princess right there too with Ginger Punch. Lady Joni showing early speed as well. Hysterical Lady and Indian Vale go up to join the vanguard. Racing in behind that is the great Teammate. Balance broke well but couldn't keep up at this fast pace. Alongside us Prop Me Up, who's now only 4 lengths off, and they tightly group. Unbridled Bell has dropped down onto the rail at the rear. Tough Scissors alongside of her, giving them 7 lengths start. And it's 4 more back to Octave. Onto the backstretch they go now. Out on the lead we have Bear Now. Bear Now in front, 3 parts of a length to Hysterical Lady. Ginger Punch tucked in neatly at the rail. Indian Vale in the gold cap on the far side is travelling nicely. Between horses is Lady Joni. Only 3 lengths separates those 5. Then back to Teammate. Balance is having to be used up at the rail to try to make headway. Then Prop Me Up. Unbridled Bell getting into contention now in the red cap. She's moving up nicely as Unbridled Bell. Tough Tizzer Scissors going to be caught very wide. Leah's Princess didn't fire. Leah's Princess is gone. And now Octave is winding up. And Octave making a nice run. She was last early, but she's picking off these back markers. 10 lengths to make up, but if Octave has luck, she could catch them all. They're at the top of the lane. Hysterical Lady. Ginger Punch is right there too. And let's see, Octave in the blue colours at the rail continues to make good headway. Homeward bound Hysterical Lady looking for an upset. Hysterical Lady, Ginger Punch. But here comes Octave down the centre of the track now with a big run. Hysterical Lady, Ginger Punch. Octave continues to close ground on the outside. Ginger Punch at the rail in a thriller. Hysterical Lady, Octave on the outside. 3 of them going to hit the wire together. Hysterical Lady, Ginger Punch to win it. Ginger Punch won it to Hysterical Lady. Octave had to settle for 3rd, and Lady Joni was 4th.
Ginger Punch reclaims her position. Many thought this was the top older female as we turn towards the preps of this Breeders' Cup season. Right back on top, the Distaff champ.
And they're off in the Apple Blossom. Clever Strike and Brownie Points both broke sharply, but there goes the champion Ginger Punch running right to the lead with Ramon Dominguez. Up between horses goes Lemon Drop Mom, then a gap of about 5 to Zenyatta and Kettle One Up. They move on to the first turn of the Apple Blossom Handicap with the champion Ginger Punch showing away, but Lemon Drop Mom wants to keep her company down the outside. Clever Strike is right behind those leaders in 3rd, a gap of about 3.5 back to Brownie Points. Another 3.5 to Zenyatta. Kettle One Up at the back of the pack. The opening quarter, 23 2/5 seconds. The fillies and mares now move to the backstretch with Ginger Punch still showing the way, prompted by Lemon Drop Mom to her outside. That is Clever Strike, a length and a half further back along the rail. Another 4 lengths to Brownie Points. It's 5 lengths further back to Zenyatta, and still trailing is Kettle One Up. They continue down the backstretch, and they get past the half in a very comfortable 47-1, as Ginger Punch has been showing the way all the way, and Lemon Drop Mom right with her throughout. Clever Strike staying right behind those leaders, 4 lengths to Brownie Points. It's still another 6 lengths back to Zenyatta. And Kettle One Up, they have not begun their late runs as they move on to the final turn. Ginger Punch continues to lead Lemon Drop Mom. She opens the lead to 3/4. Now here comes Brownie Points moving up on the outside after 3/4, 1:11 Here they come into the stretch of the Apple Blossom Handicap. Ginger Punch and Lemon Drop Mom just heads apart now as Brownie Points moves up. And here comes Zenyatta under a full head of steam on the extreme outside. 4 of them across the track, and it is Zenyatta to the outside with Brownie Points. Ginger Punch can't keep up. It's Zenyatta and Brownie Points as they drive for the wire, but Zenyatta under Mike Smith is going to pull away, and Zenyatta goes to 4 in a row with a flawless performance, winning the Apple Blossom by 4. Brownie Points was 2nd. Ginger Punch ran 3rd. Lemon Drop Mom was 4th. The mile in a 16th in a minute 42 3/5 seconds.
And they're off. Ginger Punch was away well. Here comes Mystical Plan now, up to establish the early lead. Mystical Plan steps out, moving at a lively pace early on. And Cowgirls Don't Cry runs in 2nd. Ginger Punch is now 3rd on the far outside. And then it's Golden Velvet, followed by Spectacular Malibu. The early trailer will be Mooncatcher. The leader is Mystical Plan. Mystical Plan, who steps out through a quarter here in 23 2/5 seconds. It leads by 2. Cowgirls Don't Cry runs along in 2nd. Ginger Punch right up on the pace, now making a gradual advance toward the lead midway down the backstretch. And then Golden Velvet toward the bail, followed by Spectacular Moon and Mooncatcher. Mystical Plan still in front. Ginger Punch heavily favored right alongside now after a half in 46 4/5 seconds. They're a half mile from home. The leader is still Mystical Plan, with a champion rider to flank in Ginger Punch. 2 lengths back. Golden Velvet 3rd toward the inside. Now putting in a bid, Spectacular Moon on the far outside. Up in the 4th, Cowgirls Don't Cry back to 5th. And the trailer Mooncatcher They're coming to the top of the stretch. Ginger Punch just a neck behind Mystical Plan. And they head for home with Ginger Punch now in front. Ginger Punch the leader. Just a hand ride here from Rafael Bejarano. And they're on their way to the lead. Ginger Punch moves away from the field with the style of a champion, opening up now at will. Mystical Plan had no real response for Golden Velvet as third, and Ginger Punch just cruised today, dominating this field in a Grade 1 event. It's all Ginger Punch, and she won by a half a dozen easy lengths here. Golden Velvet was second, and Mystical Plan was third.
As the storm clouds gather here at Saratoga, but Ginger Punch broke right on her toes, and she is alertly going to the lead. On the far outside, the gray runway Wozie is there. Between those two, Mooncatcher and Copper State. And just in behind and just to the inside of the favorite, Ginger Punch is indescribable. The early trailer is over under. So they round the clubhouse turn here, and going on with it is Mooncatcher. Mooncatcher has taken the lead now. And Copper State second on the outside. Ginger Punch will run back now in third after a quarter and 24 seconds flat. Runway Rosie fifth on the outside. Indescribable on hold in sixth. And 3 lengths back to the trailer, over under. Down the backstretch run. All eyes here on the horse running at the rail in third position. Heavily favored Ginger Punch. The leader is Mooncatcher. There's really only mild pressure from Copper State alongside. In the meantime, Ginger Punch bottled up third at the rail. A very ordinary half mile here. 49 seconds flat. Outside Ginger Punch's runway Rosie. And then it's over and under, and indescribable. Very tight pack because the pace has been a dawdling one here. And they're rounding the far turn now. They're starting to kick in. Mooncatcher the leader. Mooncatcher around the far turn, holding on to that lead. Copper State runs in second. Ginger Punch is still bottled up on the fence. She has had nowhere to run at any point in the race. Now she's back to fourth. Over under fifth on the outside, as now the field turns for home. Top of the stretch now. Ginger Punch trying to find her own room. She's muscling her way out over and under there to her outside. Can she get through now? Can she get through between Copper State? And yes, she does. Mooncatcher toward the inside. And here is Ginger Punch, who finally got the running room in the final eighth of a mile. 7 anxious furlongs, but on the wire, the champion got the job done. Ginger Punch and Rafael Bejarano come on through to get it. Copper State and indescribable. And they're off, and the Beldame and Ginger Punch breaks very alertly. And Ginger Punch is remaining off the rail as they move off the backstretch run. Leah's Secret is there on the far outside. In between those two, it's Lemon Drop Mom. The early trailer in this field of 4 will be Cocoa Beach. So down the backstretch run, and Bejarano continues to keep Ginger Punch well off the rail. She's considerably out into the middle of the track with Lemon Drop Mom alongside her. 2 lengths behind them, it's Leah's Secret, and well held at the back of the pack is Cocoa Beach. So the opening quarter mile was a very sensible one, 24 and 3/5 seconds. Heavily favored Ginger Punch. No free ride for her. Lemon Drop Mom's going to run with her all the way here. 3 lengths back to Cocoa Beach is on the inside of Leah's Secret. Now there's 5 furlongs to go. The opening half mile, 48 seconds flat. Ginger Punch still in control. Now trying to shake loose from Lemon Drop Mom. But Lemon Drop Mom's trying to stay with her all the way. Cocoa Beach looms in behind the lead, now third. And Leah's Secret now back to fourth. Around the far turn. Ginger Punch now 3/4 of a length. Lemon Drop Mom second. Cocoa Beach ready to roll just in behind the lead. And then on the outside, Leah's Secret. They've run 3/4 in 12 and 1. Now they're approaching the top of the stretch. Rafael Bejarano and Ginger Punch head for home with the lead. Nothing left for Lemon Drop Mom. Now Cocoa Beach will take a run at the classy Ginger Punch for the final eighth of a mile in the Beldame. Ginger Punch is tested today. Cocoa Beach runs at her. Ginger Punch digging down. Cocoa Beach at her throat latch. Cocoa Beach, Ginger Punch. Cocoa Beach, Ginger Punch. Cocoa Beach has defeated Ginger Punch through the length of the stretch.
And owned by the music moguls Jerry and Ann Moss, and Zenyatta named after the third album by the Police, Zenyatta Mendata. And there she is, the undefeated 4-year-old filly.
And she's bigger than most of the competition in the race, too, if you take a look at her. I mean, she is a monster. And she's really got that long stride when they get into motion. The 2 Hysterical Lady, beaten in this race last year by just a neck, a $2.3 million earner. She's now age 5. She's as good or better than ever, but her challenge is obvious. Zenyatta beat her by 3.5 lengths here last month.
16-1 for Hysterical Lady. And running under the flag of the UAE is number 3 Cocoa Beach. She was very impressive in beating the defending Breeders' Cup champ Ginger Punch at Belmont in September. Cocoa Beach is 7-1.
Cocoa Beach is owned by Godolphin, which of course belongs to the Maktoum family of Dubai. So does the number 4, the 3-year-old Music Note. Javier Castellano rides this winner of the Mother Goose, the Coaching Club American Oaks, and the Gazelle.
Carriage Trail. You see Carriage Trail right there. And right now, Carriage Trail is 8-1 with Kent DeSormo aboard.
Very impressive, winning the Spinster Stakes in her last race, despite the fact that she drifted all the way to the outside rail. There is the defending champ, Ginger Punch. But here's a stat for you. Defending champs coming back to try to win again in this race are 1 for 8. Bayakoa in 89 and 90, the only one to pull it off.
One of the longest shots on the board is number 7, Santa Teresita. She ran 3rd to Zenyatta her last time out.
And rounding out the field, the number 8, Bear Now, Canadian-based, 8th in this race last year. She bled a little bit internally in that race, so she had an excuse. Named for her owner, Danny Bear Dion, a former logger up in Canada.
So that is the complete field for the Ladies Classic, a field of 8 with all eyes on Mike Smith and Zenyatta.
Mike, everybody knows that this filly usually breaks a little slow. She takes back and you kind of make a move around the field, although you have come inside a couple times. But what if she breaks with the field, buddy? What do you do then?
Like I've always done, Jerry, stay out of her way.
Well, what if they slow the pace down so much that you really have no place to run? Do you make an effort to get her back and then ease her out?
You know, Jerry, she's so professional even there. She's really off the bridle. She'll do whatever I ask her. If I need to take a little hold of her, she's responding to that in the morning. I believe she will in the afternoon. But she'll at least leave there nice and cool, calm, and collected like she always does.
Well, we're waiting to see her, Mike. Good luck.
Amen.
Jerry, you always like to handicap by looking at the way a horse looks out there during the post-parade and as it's getting ready to warm up. How about that front gate, that front step by Zenyatta?
Well, what's funny about Zenyatta, you can't really tell it on walking, but once she starts jogging and galloping, her back leg, she kind of...
And the long shot there now coming up, goes straight in, the gate's closed, all set. And away they go in the Ladies Classic, and as expected, Zenyatta not fast out the gate. She broke smoothly, but she broke slow, and Zenyatta is last early. There now, as expected, sprinters away to lead them early. Santa Teresita gets up to race in 2nd. Hysterical Lady right there 3rd. Ginger Punch getting a good spot in 4th with Carriage Trail on the inside of her. Then we come back to Music Note, who's taken back 3rd last today, gives those leaders 6-length start. In behind that comes Cocoa Beach, and Zenyatta is last early. Let's see, Zenyatta's 9 lengths off this leader. They run past the 3/4 pole and the long shot out here. They're now going to try to slow them down up front. Ryder's taken a stronghold, leads it by a length, but Santa Teresita's now coming to put the pressure back on her. Hysterical Lady is right there 3rd. Down at the rail is Carriage Trail in the white cap, and Ginger Punch is now 5 off that leader. Just behind that, Cocoa Beach and Music Note. And let's see, Zenyatta still last. Mike Smith just biding his time at the back here. Zenyatta is now 10 lengths off the leader. They have less than a half mile to go now, and Bear Now looking for this huge upset, kicks on for home. Santa Teresita's 2nd, Hysterical Lady 3rd, then Ginger Punch, Carriage Trail. Music Note, Cocoa. Mike Smith shaking the reins at her, and Zenyatta is start move now. Here comes Zenyatta. She's caught about 5 wide, but she's coming gamely. Hysterical Lady gets the lead to Santa Teresita. Grandstand side, Zenyatta. She knows she's in a race today, but just look at her. Zenyatta around the outside now strikes the front, and it's Zenyatta coming away. Music Note running on gamely. Cocoa Beach down at the rail. Zenyatta's going to come home to score. Undoubtedly now, a living legend. Zenyatta 9 for 9, wins it again. Super impressive to Cocoa Beach.
A living legend in living color in Does It. Zenyatta finishes up a perfect season with a world championship. The Patriots couldn't do it this year. Big Brown couldn't do it in the Triple Crown, but she did it.
She angles to the outside, and here she comes. Mike Smith just angles her out. So much confidence. Mike knows her like a book. He knows what's coming. He knows what's underneath him, and she just makes a power move around the turn. And it really, from the half-mile pole on, it was never in doubt.
And look at Mike Smith. I mean, you saw the